everybody. It is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is a subscriber request reading, and for those of you that have requests, you can always drop them for me in the comment box below, and I'd be happy to take a look at your request, okay? And sometimes I can do them and sometimes I can't do them, etc. But if I can do them, I will definitely do them. So someone had requested this reading about a frenemy, or people that you think are your friends that are not actually your friends, okay? Or they might actually be your friend. We're gonna find out in this reading, okay? And the reading is called, Are They a Frenemy? Can You Trust Them? Okay, so, and also just thank you so much to everybody who sent me all the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It was a great birthday. And I just have to show you guys, my boyfriend got me this Soldalite Soldalite tree that's resting on an amethyst. Isn't it beautiful? I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it is gorgeous. He also got me this marble unicorn, because him and I have like this joke between each other about how much we love unicorns and dream about them and think that they're great. So anyway, it was an awesome birthday, and just thank you everyone for your comments. Thank you everyone for being here and allowing me to do what I love to do. So thank you so much. And for those of you that would like a personal reading, details for how to request one are in my description box below. If you'd like to see more content from me, you can check out my OnlyFans page where I do 18+ readings. And for those of you that would like to check out my other YouTube channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, you can certainly check out my other channel. There'll be a link to my description box below. And if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do so are below. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. We'll also be getting initials at the end of the reading too, to help you verify your reading and verify if it's this person or someone else, or if everything is just a-okay in your side of the universe. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the readings. Today we have pile number 1, which is the black tea light. Then we have pile number 2, which is the red tea light. And then we have pile number 3, which is this Isis bracelet, okay, for the goddess Isis. So for those of you that have a connection with her, and I wanted to use like a gold tea light for pile number 3, but I was like, what do I have that has gold on it? And so I realized, oh, I have this bracelet, okay? So we have black tea light, red tea light, and Isis bracelet, okay? For those of you that would like to watch more than one pile, you're more than welcome to, if you've got more than one situation going on and you're curious about it. And just want to say, for those of you that think that there's something wrong, regardless of what I say in this reading, definitely go with your own intuition, go with your gut. And if you feel weird around someone and you feel uneasy, you feel defensive, then it's probably an indication that this person is not a healthy person for you, and they're not someone that you need to waste your time on, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the reading for everybody here today. Thank you so much again, everybody. And let's do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called, Are They a Frenemy? Yes or no, and can you trust them? Okay, and this was a subscriber request as well too, so thank you for the subscriber who did that. And we also are going to be getting initials at the end of the reading to verify your reading, okay? And for those of you that enjoy my work, I do have in the description box of my YouTube video, I do have a little tip jar there for those of you that are enjoying my readings. All right, so if you're into that, of course, no obligation. So let's go ahead and get into it for my beautiful pile number 1s. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of my pile number 1s who come here today seeking your guidance. They chose the black tea light today. Spirit, please give me true, accurate information. Thank you for allowing me to be the channel. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's go ahead and get some, okay, Spirit is talking to me about grapes, or also grape leaves, and I don't know, maybe you guys like grape leaves, or grape leaves are Greek, I believe, so we could have some Greek influences here. What are they called? Like dolmas, or maybe some of you had Greek food, or you're thinking about that. Dolmas, and I know that baklava. I think baklava is a dessert in many cultures though, maybe not just Greek, but isn't it like Mediterranean? Anyway, I love baklava, so I think I'm saying it right, pile number one. Don't kill me if I'm wrong. Let's see what else here. Okay, Spirit is also showing me a wolf, or a dog that looks like a wolf. Maybe some of you have a dog that kind of resembles a wolf, or you have an animal totem that's a wolf, okay? And the air feels kind of stale and humid right now, pile number one. I don't know if it feels that way where you're at. I'm gonna turn the air on. But some days it just feels like the air is humid and stale, and it's like I can't catch a breath, or I can't catch a break. Maybe some of you have been feeling like stale energy around someone, or that you can't catch a break, or that you need some fresh energy around you, or some fresh friends around you, even pile number one, okay? Spirit's already showing me a work situation. So some of you may be wondering, this person may want to work with you, or maybe you did work with them on something at some point, or this person was trying to collaborate with you on something and you're wondering, like, can I really trust this person? Are they for real? Okay, Spirit is also showing me a red Corvette. It is saying Little Red Corvette, which is a Prince song for those of you that like the recording artist Prince. Prince was a Gemini, and we're just about ready to head into Gemini season here. And we're at the tail end of Taurus, okay? We're at the tail end of the bull, moving into the twins. Let's see what else. Little Red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast, all right? And maybe some of you have been dealing with criticism too as well, or people that want to, people that do things are not the ones that have time to criticize other people. It's the people that are not doing anything that have all the time in the world to troll other people and criticize them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Also, Spirit is showing me a pair of twin babies. So maybe some of you have a close friend who's a twin, or there are twins in your family, or you wondered what it would be like to have twins. I don't know, pile number one. You tell me something about the twins. Maybe it's just Gemini energy, okay? Or maybe you have a friend that has twins. But let's go ahead and see. Anything else for, okay, Spirit is showing me the color yellow, or showing me like a piece of clothing that is yellow. So maybe some of you are wearing something yellow. Spirit's also showing me a yellow bonnet, which is interesting because maybe some of you have one. I know some people wear them when they sleep so their hair doesn't get messed up, right? Pile number one. But anyway, Spirit, maybe it's a yellow shower cap or something like that. But anyway, pile number one, let's go ahead and find out. Is this person a frenemy, or can you trust them or not? Spirit's already giving me the S names like Steph or Stephanie too, pile number one, which, I mean, I've channeled that name before, but maybe you know someone with an S name. All right, we have Hermit on the bottom of the deck. We have Virgo energy here, and Spirit is telling me something about sneakers as well, like sneaker pimp or sneaker pump or something like that. I don't know. Pile number one, you tell me. I also feel like some of you here are speakers. Maybe you're speakers or spiritual teachers in some way. All right, so let's go ahead, or you're some type of a mouthpiece for the divine with the Hermit here. So let's go ahead and get into it, my beautiful pile number ones, and see, is this person a frenemy? Can you trust them? We have the Wheel of Fortune, we have Strength, okay, and we have the Eight of Wands. So, this person I feel like this person does have jealous tendencies, pile number one, and I think that they think that they're very smart or clever, kind and interesting, okay? And I kind of hate to burst their bubble, pile number one, but I feel like this person maybe more trouble than they're worth, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune. And Wheel of Fortune is great. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, but when we have too much Jupiter, it can be a lot to handle and a lot to deal with, all right? And Strength in the Tarot is Leo. And then we have the Eight of Wands, which is a Sagittarius card and talks about direct communication and also direct action on our goals and moving forward, okay? And here's my issue with this person, pile number one, is I don't think that they think that they're doing anything wrong, and they may even have an attitude, a smug attitude of, well, it's good for you, you know? It's good for you to deal with, you know, issues and problems. It's good for you to kind of like deal with me. It's good for you to, you know, practice your fortitude and your strength in situations, you know? And I feel like this person likes to test you. And I feel like they like to do that because they can be very smug at times. I also think that there's an aspect of them that is also jealous, okay? And a lot of people are jealous, and, you know, it's okay to be jealous. It doesn't mean you're a bad person if you're jealous. However, if you are trying to, you know, if you're trying to be like a bigger than life personality, or you're trying to be very smug about it, or pretend it isn't there, or, you know, put another person down with the things that you're saying in order to get to the top, or to feel like you're sitting at the top of something and you're real clever and smart, then that, because you feel like shit about yourself, really on the inside, you know, like these types of people, pile number one, I feel like are just more trouble than they're worth. And they may come off as being very helpful, very Jupiterian, like, oh, wow, yeah, like, you know, supportive, or encouraging you to widen your horizons and your perspective, which is cool. I mean, widening your horizons and your perspective is usually a good thing, pile number one. And I would agree with you on that. But I feel like this person throws up a lot of chaos into your life. And I feel like you're constantly having to like deal with this, or you're constantly having to, because their energy is a little bit out of control at times, or because of their hidden jealousy. I'm also getting like a hidden spark of rage. You know what I'm saying? Pile number one within them. And because of this, I feel like you spend a lot of time taming the lion, so to speak, or you spend a lot of time not reacting to the smoke signals and to the chaos and and just trying to figure out their motivations. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes this person is helpful. Sometimes it feels like they're, you know, like you can't trust them, that if you turn around for 1 second, they're gonna bite your foot, or they're going to, you know what I mean? That they're going to have like a little sneak attack on you, all right? And I'm also seeing the word fool, okay? So maybe at times this person thinking that they have you fooled, or sometimes you're wondering, is this person trying to fool me, okay? And, you know, and I think you're very good at handling things, pile number one. I think you're quite, you know, and I feel like you're hitting a place in your life where you want to be more relaxed, and you don't want to be around people that keep you second guessing all the time, okay? And I do feel that there are people that are, you know, attracted to your calm and your resilience and your strength and your power, and they get very attracted to this energy. They may expect you to fight their battles for them, okay? And, you know, I think you guys try to be the bigger person in situations and try not to react to things, respond, right, instead of react. But I also just feel like this person is trying to make things more difficult for you, or trying to get you to be quiet about something, or trying to control you in some type of a way, pile number one, okay? And I just think that you know, without this person in your life, pile number one, I think you can move a lot quicker and with more purpose, okay? And I feel like things happen easier for you, and I feel like things move faster for you, and I feel like you're very clear on your purpose and your intention of where you want things to go in your life and how you want to respond to life when this person isn't. And I feel like you never know what you're gonna get with this person, what type of, what mood they're gonna be in or how they're gonna be acting. And I just feel like it's not like maybe they're not the worst person in the world, pile number one, and they have been helpful to you in some ways, but I also think that that ship has sailed, or that time of being helpful has passed. And I feel like here with the Eight of Wands, it's time for you guys to kind of move on, okay? Because I think it's kind of like if you shed excess weight, you can move faster. You know what I mean? Pile number one, we have clock here. Things taking time, things happening in cycles, taking time to heal, and also progress, right? So the clock is ticking, and I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, the clock is ticking on this relationship. And, you know, maybe this, because Jupiter is also the planet of philosophy, so maybe there's some things that this relationship taught you, and it really showed you how strong you are and how disciplined you can be in the face of things going wrong or that type of thing, pile number one. And it taught you like resilience and things like that, or how to be resilient, how to not listen to the haters, how to keep your head held up high, that type of thing. But I feel like Spirit is saying it's time to move on from this. It's time to heal, and it's time to make some progress, okay? So it's like either this connection is this friendship is going to progress, and there's gonna be movement forward, but we're not gonna keep going back to try to fix a situation or to, you know, keep dealing with something that's only like dead weight. You know what I mean? We have here defensiveness. Hear other people's perspectives and feelings. Shift your focus to them. It's not always about you. Okay, so I feel like here with the defensiveness, there could be a lot of defensiveness going on here, okay? Because I do feel like this person tries to get under your skin, pile number one. And who needs that? Like I said, if you feel you automatically have to go into defense when you're around someone, or that they've just become more trouble than they're worth, or they're just a big problem. I mean, I'm feeling kind of like a headache or drama or a little bit of anxiety, pile number one. I don't know if you get these, or a feeling of exhaustion, or someone like wearing you out with their antics, okay? And then maybe you try to bring the situation under control and get defensive, and this person can be like a loose cannon, I feel, pile number one, okay? So this is, you know, this situation is more about who they are and the way they're trying to live their life. And I mean, in a way, pile number one, you could almost feel sorry for them, because I think they're a hot mess, okay? And it's like they need you, but at the same time, you know, like you can't always have your focus on them. It says shift your focus to them. Like they want you to shift your focus to them, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying no, all right? And I'm getting M names right now too. Yeah, so I have S and M names, S and M, interesting. Sadomasochism, right? Like this relationship is like built for sadomasochists, right? And it's like, you know, there's this thing here with the Strength card of I need to defend my honor, you know, against whatever this person is going to bring at me. But, and I feel like they want you to shift your focus onto them. And they really don't want it to be about you, really, per se, pile number one, okay? So I think you can move better and faster and more cleanly without, and cleanly, cleanliness and the emotions here with the Hermit energy, like you can move quicker and faster on your life purpose and your mission and your goals without this person constantly weighing you down. We have resisting change. Ask yourself why you are not wanting to change. Look at the positive side to the changes, okay? So maybe there's something here about this situation that you feel you have to handle, pile number one, or you feel like you have to handle each other, and there's this dynamic of them acting out of whack and you trying to be the mature, responsible, non-reactive person, okay? But at the same time, I feel like you and this person, these are both major arcana cards here, are kind of caught in this limbo with one another, pile number one, okay? And Spirit wants you guys, okay, we have the clock and the 8 of Wands. So, it's like I'm tapping my wrist right now, pile number one, because it's like, okay, it's about time. Like if we're getting defensive and resisting change and, we're having to like prove that we're a good person to someone, et cetera, like it's a bit much. You know what I mean? Pile number one, it's a bit much. And Spirit asking yourself, maybe, is there a part of you that may be resisting change here? Okay. And we could have Cancer energy here too. I'm also feeling that. All right. We have happiness here. So this person's like telling you, they may be telling you that you're trying to resist change, or that you don't want to, that they're trying to make different moves or changes in their lives and they've got it all figured out and look at how happy they are and wink, wink and all of that stuff, pile number one, okay? But I think I think this person has a way of being kind of delusional when underneath it, there's a lot of other shit. You know what I mean? It's like if you see a beautiful surface and you're like, wow, look at that beautiful countertop. What a nice countertop. But then you strip the top of it off and you find underneath it that it's kind of rotting or that it's not that great, okay? So this person's like, hey, I just care about your happiness and I want you to, I'm happy, like, why aren't you happy? This type of thing. It's not a competition, right? Like, we have here the number 212, okay, 212. So maybe some of you have that as an apartment number, or you have that as a phone number, and your phone number could be apartment 212, or it could be the birthday of 212, like February 12th or December 2nd, okay? But here it says awakening partnership, manifesting thoughts, and progression of love, okay? So it's like, wanting to manifest something and wanting to bring something out of control, that when someone actually, this person I feel like likes to be out of control in a way, okay? Or they like to kind of cause this, all right? And I feel like for you, it's like, okay, trying to constantly bring things into control. And, talking about the progression of love with the 8 of Wands, right? And the progression of our life and the progression of the things that we love and the progression of the things that we're trying to do. And I feel like this is also talking about not wasting energy. All right, pile number one, using energy wisely. It says you are very close to achieving your goal, Gibboness moon. And this is coming up on the 8 of Wands. All right. So you guys have a goal or a cycle that is trying to move forward in your life right now. And that's why I'm talking about energy leakage and energy wasted. And I do feel like there is some type of happiness or some type of connection between you and this person. Otherwise, we wouldn't continually be going back to it and trying to bring it under control or trying to, handle it, quote unquote, handle it. So I do feel like some of you have your part in this, pile number one, okay? You have your part in this that you've been doing. And I feel like Spirit is saying, it's time for a change here with this clock. And you're very close to achieving your goal of what you want in your life. So it's time to be bold. The 8 of Wands is a very bold card. The Strength card is very bold too. It's like I can overcome anything that's thrown at me and I don't need to stay in this position if I don't want to, okay? So I think that's something that's getting pointed out here. We have an eclipse in Aries, and I did talk about collaboration. I mentioned that in the channeled messages. It literally says collaboration right here. And look at all these hands that are on one another here. But I also feel like these hands are like pulling on someone's wrist. And it's like, no, you come this way. No, you do this. You know, it's controlling in a way. It's like, no, come over here. No, I need you to do this. No, like, you know, you should be like, put your attention over here, right? Or don't do that, come over here. And I feel that's controlling, pile number one, that's controlling. Okay, so we always have to ask ourselves, how much in life are we controlling versus how much are we moving with the energy, right? And so, you know, hey, I know how it goes, pile number one, I can be controlling too, but there's this collaboration, maybe people wanting to work with you or wanting to help you with something, but I also feel like they want to control the style and the way of which you do things, and they want to put your attention over on something else instead of what you're trying to do, okay? So I think there's a time to be single, to be free, to be able to come and go as you please, pile number one, okay? And I feel like that time is now. And we have this eclipse in Aries, and it says, boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. Yeah, I think that's a wonderful thing to do, you know, if other people are willing to do that with you. If they're not willing to do that, then it's time to let it go and move in a different direction and gain some speed with what you're working on, instead of, you know, holding yourself back and adding more time to the clock than what's necessary. You know what I mean, pile number one? So I think that's something to look at for you guys, talking about the Eight of Wands, Aries energy, goals. You're very close to achieving a goal. The time is right. Try not to get caught in games of defensive games where you're resisting change, because I feel like when you do that, pile number one, this person has you right where they want you. Do you guys know that song, I Got You Where I Want You? By, it's something about, it's from the 90s, Got You Where I Want You. Okay, and I think the title of the song has the word fly in it, Got You Where I Want You. But if you know that song, you can post the lyrics below, or Got You Where I Want You. But I feel like that is something going on with the Strength card and the wheel. It's like, I got you where I want you. But, you know, other people don't really get to dictate like where you go and what you do. So you got yourself to where you want to, pile number one, and you're going to keep going in your direction, okay, regardless. And we have Skunk Spirit here, know your worth. Yeah, and I told myself if this card came up when I decided to use this animal deck, that if this card came up in a reading, that I was going to take that as a sign that there was someone here that's not honoring your value and your worth and your contributions, and they're actually making it harder for you, okay? Harder than it needs to be. And to me, this also is somebody that, you know, is kind of stinking up the room. You know what I mean with the skunk? It's like they're kind of, and look at this skunk, like sitting on this flower, okay, sitting on this orange flower, and like, you know, sitting on someone's creativity, or trying to push someone down, or push someone's, you know, optimism, happiness, or sacral chakra, like someone who's really trying to diminish someone else's sacral chakra. Okay, pile number one. And I don't like that, because our sacral chakra needs to breathe. It needs to be open. And, you know, and it's like someone making a big stink about something and then trying to blame it on you. I don't agree with that, pile number one, at all. Okay. And I can see your solar plexus here is turned up to the sun, and it's not huge. It's a little bit turning up to the sun. So I know that you can feel your own resolve and strength rising up, pile number one, okay? And that's what I want you guys to focus on. This person needs to get off your sacral chakra. They need to get off your creative energy. They need to stop making a big stink about everything. And yeah. But I mean, that's the whole thing, is we can't control other people, right? With the Strength card, we can't. The best thing we can do is try to control ourselves and move on. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? So let's go ahead and see what else does Spirit want to tell pile number one about this situation. What else does Spirit want to tell pile number one? The Devil card. Yeah, that's all I need, really, pile number one, to know that this person, you know, if you're wondering if this person is going to make a good friend or not, and you're like, well, we're getting to know each other, they want to collaborate, I'm wondering if we could be friends, type of thing, consider this a bit of a warning, pile number one, okay? That by keeping this person in your life, or keeping them around, or potentially entering into some type of a collaboration, friendship, you know, work relationship, this is a lot more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to tell you that right now, pile number one, okay? And it's because I don't want you to have any illusions about what this connection represents. It has a potential to become toxic. It has a potential to become toxic and controlling, and to keep you in a place that you don't need to be. And I'm not trying to be scary, pile number one, but you know, I've got, you know, the Eight of Wands is about telling the truth. It's a Mercury and Sagittarius card, and it doesn't lie. So, you know, telling ourselves the truth about a situation and a person, and if they're really, if the relationship would really dim our light or their light, then it's not for us, okay? And it needs to be put aside. We have the Ace of Wands in the background, which to me talks about that primal fire, you know, and creativity, sacral chakra. And, you know, we can either have that, or we can have a ugly situation that gets controlling. It's like, which one do we want, right? Pile number one. And I think it's pretty easy to see which one we want, okay? We want the Ace of Wands. Now, let's go ahead and it's tricky. There's a Seven of Swords right underneath it. It's like, well, could I have both? Could I do both? Could this change? Da 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 da. It's not, yeah, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords. No, 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 no. Ten of Wands. No, no, no. Nope. No thanks, pile number one. No thanks to this person. No thanks to this situation. And Spirit really wants you to know your worth and your contributions and what you bring to the table, okay? So let's go ahead and get some initials. I'd like to get some initials, please. This person's like making me mad. I kind of want to club them with this wand, with this Ace of Wands. I kind of would like to club them in the head with it for you, pile number one, but let's go ahead. I know, they're such a draining idiot. They'd probably like it. But anyway, pile number one, we have a G, okay? A G. We have GT, okay? G and a T. Got you where I want you. Like I said before, it's not going to work, pile number one. We have H. I was going to say get the hell out of here, all right? This person needs to get the hell on and get the hell out of here, okay? GTH, get the hell out of here. Get on with your bad, yeah. G, the G, okay? The G, he, G, okay? Heebie-jeebies, pile number one. We have an X, okay? Because we have this love card here and this couple of progression of love, awakening partnerships, manifesting thoughts. For some of you, this is an X that also is showing up in your reading, and Spirit's saying that person needs to get the hell on. GTH, get the hell on, okay? Get the hell on, Felicia. All right, pile number one. You guys know how I get. You know how I get, pile number one. They're getting on my last nerve here, okay? Maybe they're getting on your last nerve as well, all right? Here we have, let's see, what else do we have? We have an L, TL, tone loke, TL, okay? Hell, Hell, the hell. The hell I will, you know, this person's like, I'm having fun. The hell I will. And you're like, you guys are like, get the hell on, you know. We have an I, lie. Yeah. Hell, lie, or lies from hell, okay? Till they lie again, Tillie. Till they lie again, okay? Till they lie again, all right? Tilly could be, we have he and Tilly, all right? Ill, I-L-L. Yeah, this person's ill, pile number 1. They may actually be ill, but they're ill in the head, okay? I know a lot we have hill, right? H-I-L-L. If someone wants to die on that hill, go right ahead, but it's not gonna be me, M-E, me, right? We have him and he. So for some of you, this could be a masculine. We also have lime, L-I-M-E, lime. And we have the name Tim here, and him, okay? So for some of you watching this, this could be, you could be a masculine, or this person is a masculine. For some of you, this could even be an ex-partner. And yeah, and we have here gimme, G-I-M-M-E, gimme, right, with the devil. Gimme. Takers. No thanks, okay? Lit. I'm about ready to light this person up, okay? And we'd have the word you. If we had the word you here, we would have guilt. So maybe some of you get sucked into a guilt trap from this person, trying to calm them down. We have PM here. We also have limp, and we have pimp. And that's so funny because I said pimp in the beginning of this reading, sneaker pimp or something like that. As 50 Cent would say, you know, I walk with a limp. You know, I was hit with too many shells, so I walk with a limp. Anyway, I'm a pimp. Lies, okay? Not great. Pile number 1 with this person. And also if they're playing off guilt as well with the double energy here, that is not going to be a thing, all right? And if we had a Y here, we'd have Emily as a name, okay? We have Emil, E-M-I-L, as a name. And we also have Peh, P-E-H, which is the Hebrew letter for the Tower card, associated with the Tower card, okay? So for some of you, I think you know that this person has lied. They think that they're a big old, a great, amazing pimp or something, and their lies and whatever, and all it does is lead to a tower, all right? But with the Wheel of Fortune here, I get that this person somehow thinks they're funny or clever. There's a V there, Tel Aviv. We could have Tel Aviv, which is a city in Israel, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and see what else. This person, MVP, they think he's the MVP, or someone here thinks that they're super lit, or that they're the MVP of something. They're just the MVP of idiocy, is what I feel, pile number 1, all right? They're not getting a whole lot of love from me, I'll tell you that much, all right? We have Veep, V-E-E-P, Veep. Do you guys remember that show Veep? Also, I feel like someone here could be the vice president of something as well, of a company or something. We have Liv, or Liv, which could be L-I-V, which could be short for Olivia, or Liv, or like Liv Tyler. Do you guys know Liv Tyler? Steven Tyler's daughter from back in the day. Anyway, she's a Cancer, I believe. She's a Cancer, as I recall. But let's see what else here. Let's see what else. We have an R, Rim. Okay. Her and him. Okay, so this could involve a her and him that involves a story about lies, okay? And the Tower here is showing up. So her and him and lies, and get the hell out of here with that, okay? Someone trying to have their cake and eat it too. We have a J here, okay? We could have Jeremy or Jeremy, RJ, Ron Jeremy, okay? Someone thinks they're Ron Jeremy over here. We have Gem. I feel like you're a gem, pile number 1, okay? You guys are the true gem here. And I feel like this person has a tendency to kind of ruin things, all right? And we have here, we have a Q, all right? So maybe some of you here are LGBTQ as well. We also have tire or tires, okay? So maybe someone here needing to do something with the rims of their cars or the tires of their cars, or someone's really in love with their car. But I also feel like tired. You know what I mean? It's like this person makes me extremely tired, you know? And we have REM, R-E-M, which to me reminds me of REM sleep. And for those of you that haven't really been getting very good sleep because this person's been tiring you out, I think that's a huge sign that they need to go, okay? They need to get out of here with that, all right? So, yeah, him and her and the lies and the pimping and the tower and the getting tired of it all, like it's enough, right? LIV, Spirit's like, live your life, okay? It's time to live your life, pile number 1. That is what I am getting for you guys, my beautiful pile number 1s. Just remember, you are so close, very close to achieving your goal. And the 8 of Wands, the wind is at your back, okay? So turn around and face the wind, pile number 1, because it's gonna carry you. Turn around and face it to see where you're at, and then let the wind carry you forward, all right? That is what, oh, I also feel like liver. Maybe someone here likes to eat liver, or maybe someone here is ill and has an issue with their liver. But anyway, pile number 1, that is what I am getting for you, my darlings. And you guys are like, what am I, a zookeeper over here with the strength card? I don't think so, pile number 1. You got a lot more to do in life than that. So take care, my darlings, in pile number 1, and I'd love to hear your comments and your feedback on this pile. And for those of you that would like to donate to my channel, I so appreciate that. There's a tip jar in my description box if you really enjoyed that reading. No obligation, of course, pile number 1, but thank you so much, my darlings. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 2. Okay. Pile number 2, we're gonna get into it. All right. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the red tea light, and today's reading is called Frenemy. Can you trust them? Okay. And this was a subscriber request, so thank you for requesting that. And I do have a tendency to take requests if you ever want to leave one for me. I so appreciate all your input and feedback, everybody. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. We'll be doing initials at the end to verify your reading, so stick around for that. And let's go ahead and find out. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 2s who come here today seeking your guidance, who chose the red tea light. Please help me to speak the truth and to know the truth. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 2. Okay. I just heard, don't you know I'm loco, or something like that. Okay, so this, maybe you're wondering, like, is this person crazy or something? Am I crazy? What's going on here? Okay, but let's see what else. Or maybe someone, I'm getting someone who likes to play a practical joke on someone sometimes. Maybe you like to, or maybe they do. Pile number 2, there's the 5 of Swords. Okay, not a great start about this person. They don't seem to care about other people's feelings. They don't seem to care. They think everything's funny, or it's a joke, or they like to get one over on people. And yeah, I'm getting something about someone being intellectually, like somebody here making fun of people's intellect, or making fun of people when they don't know things or they don't know something, okay? And instead of helping them or trying to assist people, I feel like this person is greedy. I feel like they can be greedy and malicious, pile number 2, but let's see what else here that I'm getting, okay? Okay, Spirit is giving me the C names, okay? So, like Connie or Constance, which is interesting because I know someone with the name Constance, but Spirit is giving me the C names, all right? Maybe you know someone with that name. Let's see what else here. Okay, I'm also getting the J names. Let's see what else. What else here? J names like Jennifer, you know, that's a pretty common one, but let's see what else here. Okay, Spirit is showing me like a Christmas tree or a pine tree. Maybe some people still, I was actually at a house the other day visiting a friend and doing a reading, and they still had their Christmas tree up, and I was like, oh my God, it's like May. Anyway, pile number 2. Let's see what else. Okay. Spirit is showing me like a cream color, or showing me someone like, you know, like basically brushing the dust off their shirt or the crumbs off their shirt. I feel like when someone eats, especially women here, if you eat and you got some boobies on you and then you get crumbs on yourself and then you have to wipe them off. And then if you're wearing, you know, like a light colored shirt, it just makes it more dirty. But anyway, all you got, you know, my big boob sisters, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, you know, the whole crumb phenomena, and or getting like a little spot on your favorite shirt, or crumbs everywhere, or maybe someone was eating something and got crumbs everywhere, and or just kind of annoying you, pile number 2, or maybe you have been annoyed by that. Let's see what else, you know, that's a whole like sloppy thing, but let's see what else here for pile number 2, please. Okay, I just heard fire roasted something. So, you know, like whether it's like fire roasted blackened chicken, fire roasted peppers, kebabs, something fire roasted, or something that was grilled, or you know how sometimes they'll say like snacks or like fire roasted, whatever. But anyway, I also feel like the fire roast could have to do with this 5 of Swords, like someone who likes to play practical jokes or likes to roast people. And I feel like you can handle it, pile number 2, because I feel like you guys are super strong. And I feel like, you know, some people can dish it out, but they can't take it. And I feel like this person may be one of those kinds of people where they can dish it out, but they can't take it, you know? Let's see what else here for pile number 2. I just heard like a mashed potato, like a mashed potato, we can do the twist. Da-da-da. Now tell me, baby, do you like it like this? Okay. Do you love me? Do you love me now that I can dance? All right, pile number 2. I don't know why that song just came into my head, but let's see what else here for pile number 2. Okay, Spirit just said pink napkin, or something like a pink cloth or a pink napkin, or someone that has unique or different napkins, or you like, oh, these are interesting. Okay, maybe you guys were over at someone's house and you're like, huh, this is interesting. Or what else for pile number 2, please? What else? Okay, I just heard someone trying to get a leg up on someone else, okay? Or trying to find out someone's secrets, or get a leg up on them, or get information on them. So maybe this is going on right now, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and see what is going on here. Can you trust this person? We have the 10 of Cups. We have the Page of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Okay, rough stuff, I feel like, pile number 2. But I feel like you guys are, you know, very optimistic people. You're very outgoing people. You want to see other people happy, and you truly care about other people's well-being. Okay, but I feel like, you know, you have people's backs, pile number 2, and you check up on them to see if they're okay. You want the best for people. And, you know, I'm just getting an image of this person trying to get away with something, okay? Or like fake concern for you. All right, pile number 2, do you have someone in your life who if you guys have been going through a hard time, or you've been going through an upset or a loss, is there somebody in your life who acts like they act very concerned for you and for your well-being, and if you're doing okay, and they may even try to motivate you, but at the same time they have a way of making fun, or they have a way of making a joke out of everything or kicking people when they're down, okay? But then they come around acting like if something's wrong, seeing if you're okay, all right? Like this is confusing behavior, because on one hand with the 10 of Cups, you know, it feels like this person really wants you to be happy and really, and they may even give you compliments, pile number 2, or give you some nice compliments and tell you like, you know, like how good you're doing or how great you are or something, but you know, actions speak louder than words, right? And I feel like with this 5 of Swords, this person could be talking behind your back. They could be gossiping. They could be, you know, have a big mouth, I feel like too. Also the 10 of Cups, it's a cool card, but it's also kind of like passive aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a Mars and Pisces card, it's like, wow, everything's so great. But a negative side of it could be like a passive aggressive, wow, that's so great, I'm so happy for you. But then they're not, or they're making fun of you behind your back, or they're stabbing you in the back. Now, the interesting thing here is that we have 2 10s. So we have 10-10 with the 10 of Cups and 10 of Swords and the Page of Wands in between. And for those of you that are fire signs or have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, I feel like even if you don't have fire in your chart, I feel like this person, they keep you on your toes and they keep you guessing, okay? Because I feel like sometimes things are going really, really well with this person, 10 of Cups, and just as soon as things start going really well and things are really nice, it's like just as soon as that, shit starts going bad. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what happened? Or this person makes you a promise and then they don't follow through on it, okay? And they tell you, oh yeah, that's gonna be fine, or that's gonna be great, and then they don't even show up, you know? I feel like this person's very confusing to you, pile number 2, because I feel like you want to like them, or you want to, you know, you wanna feel good about this person, but I also feel like they keep showing you that they're a flake, that they're not dependable, that they aren't really there for you when you need them, that if they are there for you when you need them, it's more of like a fake concern and not like a real concern, okay? And I also feel like sometimes they may belittle your concerns, like the things that you're concerned about or the things that are upsetting to you, okay? And may make you seem like you're overreacting, or that you're just too much, you know? And yeah, so not great energy here, pile number 2, coming from this person. With this Page of Wands, I also feel like this person can be very immature, and they can laugh at people when they're going through something hard, or, you know, or they're very insensitive when someone's going through something hard. They're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, pick yourself up, you know, like get yourself back on track. Why are you acting that way? Like you're being over dramatic or whatever, okay? And it's like, I could do it. My life's perfect. 10 of Cups, I could do it. Why can't you do it? Right? Making you feel like shit. Pile number 2, when you're going through a tough moment or a difficult moment or a challenging moment. And I'm not seeing a lot of like empathy from this person. I feel like they're one of those friends that like to, you know, with the 10 of Cups, like act like they have a lot of friends and act like they have a lot of people around them and that they're well loved and well liked. But I feel like it's more for show, pile number 2, than it is for actual, you know, in actuality, okay? And I feel like this person kind of like acts this way as a show. Like, oh yeah, I've got these friends and they're so important to me. And they may pay a lot of lip service to that, but when push comes to shove, I feel like this person is not there, okay? Pile number 2. And I had to take a drink of water, and I feel like, you know, it's like, well, where are you? And it's like they're nowhere to be found, or they are there, but they are very insensitive and they don't really know how to, you know, be comforting in any kind of a way, okay? So I kind of feel like for those of you that have gone through some rough times, and we all have, pile number 2, we've all gone through rough times. We don't need like fair weather friends, okay? Or people that are gonna kick us when we're down, or people that are gonna talk shit, okay? With the 5 of Swords here, like we don't really need that, all right? And let's see what else we have here. We have keys on a ring, many options, being treated like an option, stringing someone along, a one-night stand, decisions, unconventional decisions, and stringing people along, okay? And I do feel like here, with this 10 of Cups, this person does like to string people along. They do like to come off as they have like a perfect family, or they have a perfect life, or they have like so many good things going on for them. And, you know, I feel like when you're down and when you are going through things, they don't, you know, they're not sympathetic really at all. In fact, they may make things worse and inflame it more. And I feel like when they're down, you're there for them and you care and you help them try to get back up again. But I feel like, again, that this person's a fair weather friend. And I think, you know, it's like many options, all right? Like this person has many options and, you know, many people to go to and many options. And maybe they look like they have a ton of friends, and maybe you don't have as many friends or people that you're really close to. And so when you're down, you really do need help or attention from them. And, you know, I think there is something here too about self-reliance and not expecting this person, you know what I mean, to be there for you, because I don't feel they have the capacity to be. And I also feel like some of you need to pull your energy back from this person too, because when things are good, they don't need you and they treat you like an option. And when things are bad, they expect you to run to them and be there in a jiffy. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, it's not really fair. I feel like, pile number 2, the way this person acts or treats you. Okay, it's really immature. I feel like girls do this sometimes, or guys do this. I mean, girls do it more often. It's 111, 111 in your reading. Pile number 2, I feel like girls kind of play these games when they're younger. You know, like this is like young games that people play. It's just mentally exhausting, okay? And, you know, feeling like nobody has your back and people don't really care, pile number 2. And that may be something that you guys have dealt with in the past, okay? Where it looks like everybody else is enjoying life and having a good time, and as long as you're not complaining about anything or showing any signs of distress, everyone's fine. But as soon as you are, everyone has something to say about it, okay? We have fearful, a learned behavior that can be unlearned. Also, a low vibrating feeling that creates limitations for you and your future happiness. Okay, so this type of low vibrating energy that these people are giving you, making you feel like, you know, you can't have what they have, making you feel like you're just an option when you make them a priority, making you feel very fearful, pile number 2, like that this is always going to be this way. I feel like some of you here with this blackness have been experiencing like some depression, or you've been experiencing some negative feelings, or you've been feeling, you know, maybe some of you have been feeling kind of worthless or feeling like people don't care, pile number 2. And I'm really sorry that people treat you this way. And, you know, and maybe it plays on some of your own fears too, about like your lovability or about your future and what's possible for you. And that just is ugly. And we don't need people to kind of stoke that fire, you know, and make us feel like that when we're down. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we can feel backed into a corner, especially if we feel like we don't have a lot of support, you know? And so we feel like we need someone, or we need a person to come or whatever and help us, all right? But Spirit's saying this type of low vibrating energy creates limitations for you and your future happiness, okay, pile number 2? And I feel like here, these people, the 10 of Cups is totally about future happiness. I feel like this person stands in the way of your future happiness, pile number 2. I actually do. I feel they increase the anxiety or the fearful energy around you, and they're actually standing in between you and your happiness, with the 10 of Cups being happiness, okay, and them standing in between it. Not great on this person's behalf, and really immature, you know, is what I'm getting, this very immature energy. We have codependency. Yeah, it says, and there can be codependent friendships as well, where we're waiting on someone's approval, or we're waiting for someone to kind of pick us up, or that we're always there picking someone else up when they're down, but when times are good for them, they don't care about how you're doing, okay? Talking about, and I've had codependent friendships in the past as well, pile number 2, and they're very painful friendships, and we have to recognize our own, you know, our own participation in that dynamic and pull ourselves out of it. But it's real hard to do when you're feeling very alone or betrayed, is what I feel with the 10 of Swords here, pile number 2, okay? And the 10 of Swords in the tarot is a Gemini card, so maybe some of you have Gemini in your chart, or fire here with the Page of Wands, and we also have Pisces energy with the 10 of Cups, okay? It says codependency. This is a relationship addiction. You're relying too heavily on the other person for your sense of self-worth. Give yourself more self-love, okay? And this person may be telling you this kind of stuff too, like, but they're doing it in a mean way, or they're doing it in a way, because, you know, read the room, right? Pile number 2, when someone's really down and feeling depressed, maybe it's not the time for tough love. Maybe it's a time to maybe try to help them find some help, or to put your arm around them, or to talk to them, or to make them feel less alone, you know, instead of kind of kicking someone or making fun of someone, or, you know, just telling people like, you know, I don't see why you're so upset. I don't see why you're so unhappy with yourself or your life. Like, life can be so good, right? 10 of Cups. Yeah, maybe, but life isn't always good. And, you know, some people, when they talk about manifestations and things like that, they're very smug about it, acting like everyone else has the ability to think positive thoughts all the time. Just because we think positive thoughts all the time doesn't mean that all positive things are going to happen to us. Okay, and that's a problem I personally have with the whole manifestation thing. Pile number 2, it's very ableist, and it's pretty immature too. You know, thinking that literally we control everything. I mean, we can control things, but some things just happen to us and have to be dealt with, okay? And I think that this person's had it a lot easier than you, pile number 2. And when someone's had it a lot easier, or is living in a, you know, make-believe la-la land, it's easy to talk down to other people and make them feel like shit for where they're at in their life, okay? And that's just not going to cut it, all right? We have mystery here. Yeah, and this is coming out under the 10 of Cups, because it's like, oh, this person wants me to be happy, and they care about me, and they're asking me how I'm doing, and they're saying, hey, are you okay? And all this stuff. But why, after I'm done talking to them, do I feel like shit? Why do I feel like it's an underhanded compliment, right? With the 5 of Swords. Why do I feel like I'm just an option to them when I make them a priority? You know, like, I think some of these things are coming up in this friendship, pile number 2, that are not super healthy. We have, when the leaves hit the ground, be sure to look around, fall. Okay, so something could have happened in the fall with this person where you started to notice the effect that they were having on you, or maybe someone has a birthday in the fall months, which would be September, October, and November. Okay, maybe someone has a birthday at that time or something. This is a foreshadowing, and something may end up happening in the fall coming up. Okay, so I would just, stay alert to that, and stay alert to the way that you feel when you're around this person, pile number 2, especially when you feel you're not like on your A game, because we can't be on our A game all the time. And if we can't be vulnerable with our friend, or we can't share something without them going behind our back, 5 of Swords, then it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it. We have adjustments are required, 3rd quarter moon. So adjustments are required in this friendship. And I think, maybe you guys talk to this person and say, hey, I feel like I'm there for you, but I feel like, you're not there for me, or I feel like, you're not, like you're not being legit, or you're being insincere. I mean, maybe there's a conversation that needs to happen here, and maybe we just need to tell that person, hey, and I had to do that one time in a friendship with someone. I had to say, hey, we spend an awful lot of time talking about you and your life and everything that's going on with you. And, you don't really ask me about me. You don't really ask me about myself and how I'm doing, and I need you to take more of an interest in me at times. And that friend actually changed, and our friendship changed for the better. Okay. So maybe there's a possibility of that here, pile number 2, but certainly we can't continue on like we've been. You know what I mean? And that's what I see here. We can't continue on this friendship like it's been going, because it's weird and the vibe is weird. We have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, right? Like, what is it, So we have Leo. You know what's funny? The friend I was telling you guys about was actually a Leo. And it's so funny. Anyway, and we have the Leo card right here. It says compassion. Yeah, and that may be something that's missing, is compassion and maturity, okay? And sometimes we can just, by telling someone, hey, the problem will be, adjustments can be made. But if you try to talk to that person and no adjustments are made, and then in fact, they use that information with the 5 of Swords here in a way that's very ugly and unbecoming of a person that cares about you, then it's time to go, right? And we have here, shine brightly like the star that you are. Okay, pile number 2. So Spirit wants you guys to be proud of yourself and to know that, the dawn always comes. The dawn always breaks after the darkest night, okay? And Spirit wants you to know, like right now, the sun looks like it's being eclipsed or like it's being covered up, all right? And maybe you feel this way around this person, like they're not honoring you and who you are, and the special person that you are, and that they're not seeing you. And maybe pile number 2, you felt like at times like people just giving up on you, all right, when you've been there for them. And Spirit wants you guys to get out of these, a learned behavior. If we are codependent on someone's view of us, or we feel we always have to be doing for them when they're not doing for us in the same way, Spirit is saying this is a behavior that can be unlearned. And the codependency can be a behavior that we unlearn, and that we let go of these limitations that have been holding us down. Because the 10 of Swords is like, it's over, it's done. And 10 of Swords can sometimes be, it's a lot worse in our own minds, because we're fearing something, or we're being fearful about our future, okay? So Spirit wants you guys to shine brightly like the star that you are, and continue to be a compassionate person, pile number 2, but don't let anyone, circumvent or cover up your light, okay? And we have here the Owl Spirit, card 43, okay? We have card 29. So some people here could be around age 29. We also have 43. Okay, somebody here could be in near their 40s or in their 40s, but this is the owl. And it says, you see clearly now, okay? You see clearly now, pile number 2. All right, and I think before with this Page of Wands and 10 of Cups, maybe you were being very idealistic about this friendship or about, you know, like what it meant to you, or even helping this person out of something difficult, right? Maybe some of you put a lot of time and energy into helping someone who is going through a difficult issue. But I feel like Spirit is saying we need to step away from this and stop giving so much time and energy to this situation and pull back is what I feel. Pile number 2, okay? Because if someone's treating you like an option when you've been showing up for them in a really strong way, then Spirit is saying you're seeing clearly now the way that this situation has been feast or famine, or it's been very out of balance, okay? And yeah, so the 10 of Swords here, like just, we can't continue on like we've been with this person. We can't do it anymore. We can't continue on like that. Things have to change, okay? With this, adjustments are required and you see clearly now. All right, and some of you are getting a lot of wisdom. I love the owl because it reminds me of Hecate and wisdom as well, which is wonderful because after we go through, we grow up and we see things for what they are. Page of Swords, you know, Page of Wands and 10 of Swords. It's like, okay, now we can move on, wiser, stronger, smarter. All right, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and see. Anything else here, Spirit, about this situation for pile number 2 regarding this frenemy? Anything else here regarding this situation for pile number 2, please? All right, the King of Cups. We have Pisces, and the 10 of Cups in the tarot is a Pisces as well. So some of you may be dealing with a Pisces or a Leo here, Gemini with the 10 of Swords, but I feel like Spirit is saying with this King of Cups and the 4 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, that in order to be settled in your friendships and in order to be, you know, like wise and settled and have that emotional connection and have that care for one another, and I feel like someone here has way too much pride in a negative sense, like this person may have that. I feel you're very giving to this person. Pile number 2, some of you may have Pisces in your chart. Whether you do or you don't, it's not, you know, an issue. What I see this is emotional maturity. You know what I mean? And taking care of people is cool, but also we have to have our limits. And the Kings in the tarot definitely understand their limits. They're not pushovers, okay? They're emotional, they're compassionate, they care for people, they're there for people, but with boundaries and discernment with the owl, okay? And they expect emotional maturity in return, all right? And Spirit is telling you, you're like this King of Cups, okay? And you have a lot to give in situations. And with this mystery card, it's like, well, why am I not being appreciated for that? Okay, and I think it's time for some of you with these 2 10s here, it's time for an entirely new cycle, and maybe it's even time for a new friend group for some of you, okay, is what I feel here. All right, maybe some of you are outgrowing some of your friendships, okay, and that can happen too, right? That can happen, and you know, try not to hang on to them. I mean, we don't need to throw a scene and act, you know, crazy or whatever, you know, about something, pile number 2. I mean, I'm all for acting crazy if you want to, but like, you know, within reason. But what I'm saying is maybe it's time, you know, to let go of the drama here with the King of Cups and just, you know, focus around being around people who are emotionally mature or at your level. Okay, pile number 2, because I feel like some of these people are just not at your level, which, you know, I mean, who, you know, you can't fix that. Other people have to get to their own level in time. All right. We have an X here. For some of you, this may have to do with an ex, or it may have to do with an ex who's trying to be friends with you or trying to befriend you, trying to act like they're emotionally mature, or they've changed, or they really care about your well-being, and Spirit's like, no, you know, this person's still very immature. They still don't get it. 5 of Swords, okay? They're just not good enough for you. We have an R, an R. We have an H, RH, U, and we have rut. Okay, yeah, we have hut and rut. So some of you may be feeling like you're in a rut, or that you've been isolated a little bit with the hut, you know, energy, kind of like in your own little cave, or you've been isolated a little bit and you've been in a little bit of a rut, and these people coming around and being like, hey, you know, da 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 da. And it's like, are they doing more harm than good? Okay. And maybe it's opposite. Maybe some of you have been trying to help a friend or an ex that was in a rut, and all they did was kind of bring your energy down, okay? Maybe some of you have been on both sides of the fence, all right? But for whatever reason, one person is giving, the other person is taking too much, and adjustments need to be made, okay? I also feel like uterus is here, WTR, like uterus, and maybe some of you are having issues, or you're working on some stuff with that, or you need to get checked or something, or go see your gyno. I don't know, file number 2, you tell me. But ooh, we have UT. UT could be Utah. It also could be the University of Texas. For those of you, I live in Texas, so hey, why not? Pile number 2. Let's see what else. Let's see what else here. We have an A, okay? Ra, sis boom ba, Ra, cheerleader, right? Whether you're being a cheerleader for them or they're being a cheerleader for you. Yeah, I just, you know, like someone helping you while you're down, or you helping someone else. We have Ra, we have cheer, and then we have hat. Like hats off to you, or someone trying to cheer. I feel like Spirit coming in, or one of your guides coming in here, pile number 2, and saying, hats off to you, rah, 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 trying to cheer you up and get you going, okay? After going through kind of a hard time, I feel like, for some of you. We have a C. I was getting C names. We have car. So there could be something about a car going on right now. We have a rat. Yeah, the 5 of Swords. We have a rat in the mix, okay? Do you see this person's initials here? Do you know who this is? And ha. You know, there's a big difference between rah, like cheering someone up, versus ha, laughing at someone, okay? What is it, right? And we have cat, CAT, so we have got cat energy. Leo energy was coming through right here. Maybe some of you have a cat that you really love. We have act, okay? You act, okay? So I feel like this person is saying to you, you act this way, pile number 2, or trying to make you feel bad for like how you act or what you're doing. Or there is something here about this person putting on an act, okay? I also feel like the word actuary is coming through here, or insurance. So maybe someone here works in insurance. And I also feel like tact, TACT, like tact is really important. Like, are you tactful? Is this person tactful? All right. And we have here, we have a P, putting on an act. Okay. Does this person tell you that you're putting on an act, or are they putting on an act? Who's putting on an act? Because I definitely feel like with this 5 of Swords, somebody here is putting on an act, all right? And maybe they accuse you of that, but, you know, you tell me, pile number 2, all right? I feel if we had an E, we'd have rupees, which I think is the currency in India, right? So we could have some Indian viewers here, but you know, you put on an act, or you're putting on an act. This person may accuse you of that. Okay. We have Cappy, or we also have Crappy, Crappy, crappy. So someone acting crappy to you and then telling you you're putting on an act, or maybe you've been feeling very crappy, pile number 2, about someone or something in your life right now. Okay, we have cut, C-U-T, like we need to cut something out here, or we need to cut something off, all right? We have thank you, T-Y, cut, thank you, all right? Maybe you've told this person's tried to get you out of something or a slump or whatever before, and you've thanked this person for it. But I mean, I also just feel like we have pack, P-A-C, all right? Pact, making a pact about something. I'll help you if you help me, right? That type of thing. We have rap, okay? So like somebody here may like rap music. We also have Cap. We could have Capricorn energy. Okay, we have a J here, a J. Yeah. Raj is here, Taj or Raj. Okay, maybe that's an X for some of you. Let's see what else. I feel like this person is like, are you at home, or something like that, or asking like where you're at. Let's see what else here. Tap, T-A-P. Happy, H-A-P-P-Y, happy, 10 of Cups. Why aren't you happy? You happy? Or someone asking you, you happy? Or you asking someone else, are you happy? Okay, R-A-C-H, Rach or Rachel is here. Okay, the name Rach or Rachel. Let's see what else here. Are you happy? No, I'm feeling crappy. That type of thing. All right, let's see here. We have an O, copy. Okay, copy. It's an act. Someone's copying you. Copy you. C-O-P-Y-Y-O-U. Copy you. It's an act. Pile number 2. Okay? Jesus, pile number 2. Isn't that interesting? We also have cop, C-O-P. So someone here could work in the legal industry or have issues with the law or legal stuff. But yeah, it's like they are copying you. All right. We have copy, act like a copy of you. Interesting. Duped. Okay. It's like, duh, duped. Okay. Interesting. UPD. Yeah. Interesting. There's so many words. We have Pat or Patrick here, or Patty. All right. We also have an I. Do it yourself, DIY. Okay, like you showing up and helping someone, but someone else being like DIY, do it yourself. Okay, and maybe there are some things you do need to do for yourself right now, pile number 2, and not involve this person in it. All right. Let's see. We have catty, C-A-T-T-Y, catty. Yeah, someone acting very catty with you. All right. I just feel like you guys don't want to accept this anymore. Accepting people acting catty towards you. We have a Z here, a Z, and last letter is E. Eat. Okay, so someone could be making fun of the way someone eats or the way someone acts. Eating and acting are coming up here. Someone here with this Leo energy and act, someone here could be literally an actor or an actress or be into that. Yippee. It's like Yippee Skippy with the Page of Wands. Someone acting like Yippee Skippy when you're down. Yeah, we also have the name. Okay, I feel like we have Chloe here, or Cole, or Chloe. J. Cole. And let's see, anything else here? Anything else here? Putting up, put up with you. Yeah, these people making you feel like someone is having to put up with you or put up with something, or you're putting up with their crappy behavior. Okay, maybe you're putting up with something. We have the name Jody here, Jodi and Jody. Okay, it's like, thank you for putting up with my crappy behavior. Someone saying that, or maybe you feeling like you have to put up with someone's crappy behavior. Okay, hoe, H-O-E, hoe. Someone here acting like a hoe, pile number 2. This person acting like a hoe, maybe with an ex of yours, or needing, we have Zoe here. Someone here acting like a hoe with someone you've been with, or an ex, or maybe someone you're currently dating. All right, we have Ace, A-C-E, Ace, okay? And Joe is here. Joe's a hoe, pile number 2. Yeah, interesting. I feel like Spirit just wants you guys to be like super zen and move on, make adjustments and move on from this, okay? Because I do feel like someone's trying to like get your goat or kind of egg you on when something is going on, all right? And they could be like, just kidding or whatever, but it's not, all right? And yeah. Anything else here, Spirit? I think that's about it. Pile number 2. Okay, I just feel like there's so much information coming through here for you guys. That was kind of long. I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading, my dears. I hope you got something out of that. And do feel free to leave me a comment. I love reading all your comments. And for those of you that saw an X in this reading too, they also are feeling like a frenemy to me, pile number 2, all right? Now, for those of you that feel like you enjoyed the reading and you love my work, you can certainly, I have a little tip jar in my description box if you feel like, you know, sending me a coffee or a tea, or if you just feel like giving me a like or a comment. I so appreciate you, pile number 2. And I hope to see you again, my loves. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the Isis bracelet. So cool, pile number 3. I'm sure some of you resonate with the energy of the goddess herself, so I'm going to put her right here to watch over this reading for you, pile number 3. And we're going to go ahead and get into it. The energy of the reading today is called Frenemy. Can you trust them? Okay, and this was a subscriber request reading, and I'll be doing initials at the end of the reading, pile number 2, to help you verify your reading. And we're going to go ahead and get into it, okay? So far, the readings have been extremely interesting, and maybe some of you have seen some of the other piles, okay? But let's get into it, pile number 3. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 3s who come here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. I'm just getting already out the gate that there could have been a lot of people in your life that have treated you like an enemy or haven't treated you very well, maybe because of jealousy or for whatever reason. I feel like some of you have created big reactions in other people. And anyway, pile number 3, do you know what I'm talking about? Spirit's talking to me about a golden harp. Maybe some of you really connect with the angels as well. Something about a harp or a golden harp, maybe a musical instrument. Spirit is showing me a flute. Maybe some of you played the flute or the shamanic flute or something, or you love that music. Spirit is also showing me like a bass guitar. So maybe some of you have like music, or you're into the bass, or someone you know plays bass like amazingly well, but Spirit is bringing that up. Pile number 3, maybe some of you here are artists as well, musicians, artists, etc. Let's see what else here for pile number 3, Spirit. I just heard moving in the right direction. So Spirit wants you to know that you're moving in the right direction, pile number 3, with something that you're working on right now. And I feel like some of you have the concept all drawn out, or you have, you know, I mean, we can talk about like the concept of something. Also, Spirit is talking to me about concept lighting. I don't have no idea what that is. Concept lighting, maybe that has to do with the way you light your home. I feel like somebody designing something in their home, or drawing what their idea of their perfect home would be. Maybe some of you are thinking of moving, or you want to change things up where you live, or you just want some fresh energy. I feel like Spirit's saying you're on the right track. Okay, pile number 3. If you're developing like a concept for something, let's see what else for pile number 3. Okay, I'm getting air sign energy in this pile, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what else for pile, because I'm getting that kind of like high vibing mental energy, pile number 3. Okay, I just heard juice cleanse. Maybe some of you are wanting to do that, or you've been thinking about that. I also feel like someone is doing like a skincare routine or a skincare regimen, or putting cream under the eyes, you know, that whole thing. I also feel like somebody freezing something. Maybe you're freezing something and you just put something in the freezer, but I also feel like a beauty procedure that involves freezing something or freezing something off, or maybe it's a dermatologist thing and you have to get something frozen off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, Spirit is giving me, you know, it sucks to have those like little skin issues. I know how it is, pile number 3. I've had to have a cyst removed before. It's a real pain in the butt. Let's see what else. Anything else for pile number 3? That was a long time ago, but anyway, let's see what else. Okay, Spirit is showing me like blood red eyes. So maybe someone here has been kind of like smoking out a little bit, but also I feel like somebody needs to get a little bit more sleep, or more quality sleep. Okay, so 3 of Swords. Yeah, pile number 3. For whatever reason, there's something about you. Maybe it's your light, your connection, whatever it is. There's something about you that other people find really triggering, or they try to, you know, I don't know. Some people are just dicks, pile number 3. I don't know what to tell you, okay? And maybe you guys have given up on trying to understand certain people and why they did what they did. And I feel for some of you, you've had at least 3 people in your past who have been pretty bad influences to your life, or they've been, some of you may have dealt with up to 3 narcissists in your life. You may have dealt with some really rough energy, or some of you may have even dealt with some very ugly partners in love, or dealt with some very ugly abusive situations in your family or in your partnerships, okay? And it can really be hard to trust people when you've been through so much with that, okay? And I feel like for some of you here, it's issues with men as well that have been very harming towards you, okay? Pile number 3. And I feel like you guys are gonna persevere over all of this. And people that have tried to keep you down, or keep you small, or keep you in misery, I feel like, you know, it's not going to work, pile number 3, okay? So I just want to tell you guys that. And the 3 of Swords here, I feel like Spirit is telling you to look at the last 3 relationships that you've had. Romantic, or like very close friendships, okay? Like, look at the last 3 important relationships that you've had, because there's some type of wisdom there. Yeah, we have the 9 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. So you guys are still, you know, recovering from some things, I feel, pile number 3. And you will move on with the Eight of Wands, okay? And it's like with the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords, how could you do this to me? And I feel like for some of you, this could be people in your past that were physically violent to you, emotionally violent, psychologically violent. But, you know, I feel like Spirit's saying here with the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Cups, you're going to be moving on to happiness, okay? And look at the Lovers. I feel like some of you, by moving on and letting go here, that we have the Lovers, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. You know, it's the truth, right? It's the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts, right? Pile number 3. Sometimes the truth really does hurt, but it helps us to set us free. So let's go ahead and start and find out about this person. Can pile number 3 trust this person? We have the Empress. Ooh, I like the Empress. The Devil. Pile number 3. Oh my God. Okay, talk about the goddess herself. Venus, Ishtar, Isis, Hathor, Hecate, you name it. Or, you know, the Empress, the High Priestess, etc. coming up here, and the Empress facing off against the Devil. Pile number 3, no joke. You know, you've seen a lot in relationships, I feel, in general, okay? And yeah, we have the Page of Cups. So we have someone coming around, and pile number 3, okay. This is interesting, isn't it? And the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck, all right? And whether there have been people that have tried to control you, made you feel like you can't leave, like emotionally trying to control you. I feel like a lot of this has to do with relationships for you guys, honestly. Okay, because this is supposed to be about a frenemy, but I also feel like this is about a relationship issue for you, pile number 3 as well, like a romantic relationship issue that was very, very hard for you guys to face and overcome, probably because these people that you were dealing with were trying to control you financially, emotionally. Maybe they were even physically trying to stop you from leaving, okay? And I do feel like you guys shine. Like I talked about in the beginning, how you guys have, I was going to talk about a golden energy or like a halo around you. I saw that golden harp, okay? And, you know, some people are truly aligned with the energy of the goddess and resonate with a beautiful frequency of love, okay? And people are greedy and opportunistic, and you know, they want to capture that energy for themselves. They probably also want you to lower yourself to their level, okay? And I feel like some of you right now, you would rather just be like on your own, or be single, or just be around friends, okay? Or be around supportive friends, or be in a nice energy, rather than maybe just even being single for a while, rather than dealing with anything from a relationship perspective, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys right now that if you have someone from your past that's trying to knock at your door and trying to open up a chapter with you again, even though that chapter has been closed, under the guise of friendship, this person's an enemy, okay? They've hurt you in the past, they'll do it again. They are an enemy, and I don't care what, you know, consolations they give you. I don't care what, you know, specific beautiful words or flowers or poetry or, you know, apologies or, you know, let's just be friends. We have so much history. I'm here for you. You know, it's a trap, pile number 3. It's a complete trap. And it's one you've dealt with before, and I don't think it's going to do anything to you at the end of the day, because I think you're strong enough now with this Empress energy to, you know, take care of yourself in this situation, and you're going to push back, okay? And you're gonna stay in the energy of love and abundance, all right? Pile number 3, and you will not be lowered to this person's level, and you will not be trapped by them. I just want you guys to know that, okay? Here's the other side of the coin here. And this has to do with letting love into your life. I feel like because some of you grew up in such awful homes or circumstances, or you were around such abusers in relationships, that you guys have built a fortress around you. And I don't feel like many, I mean, you love and care for people, pile number 3, but I don't think you always let that many people into your world, because it's taken you a lot to create a life that is safe and comfortable for yourself, okay? And maybe some of you are still in that process of creating that, you know, comforting, safe, loving, you know, energy around you. And I talked about doing things to your home, or, you know, doing nice things where you live, making yourself feel more comfortable. And I think that's all Empress related, okay? And, you know, the Hebrew word for the Empress associated with it is Dalet, okay? And Dalet is associated with door in English. So a door, when we think about the Empress being like a door, you know, the Empress is really controlling what goes in and out of that door. And I feel like, you know, you guys control what goes in and out of that door. And sometimes this devil trying to sneak their way in through this door, okay? And putting you in a lesser position than you really need to be in, not really honoring you the way that you need to be honored, pile number 3, okay? Real sleazy, ugly, awful behavior. Some of you could have dealt with cheaters, users, liars. I mean, the list goes on, pile number 3, okay? And it pisses me off to see that, and it pisses the goddess off as well, pile number 3, okay? The goddess isn't playing, and she doesn't like it either, all right? But I also feel like there's another message here beyond that, that if there are people that are trying to get to know you and trying to, you know, understand you, trying to be your friend, trying to give you a nice compliment, trying to, you know, be there for you, trying to get to know you. I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, trust has really been an issue here because it's been broken multiple times. And I feel like some of you have become so self-sufficient within yourself emotionally, maybe even financially, spiritually, whatever it is, you guys have been working on your self-preservation and abundance, okay? So that you don't have to be a part of any of this devil energy. However, back to my main point, if there are people who are friendly to you and are trying to get to know you, but you're not letting them in because of shit that has happened in the past, I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, because the devil is also boundaries, right? But it can also be where we've built up such high boundaries because of situations in the past that we're not letting good people in who would want to commune with us in a positive fashion, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying here that, you know, like it's okay to let people in bit by bit, okay? And try not to let this situation spoil what could be a nice friendship or a nice flirtation or whatever because of these bullshit people in the past, okay? And I'm also getting here for some of you, this may only resonate for a slight few of you. If you have children and you have an ex who is really bad to you, and that ex has a new person in their life and they're trying to be your friend, or their family's trying to be your friend, or if there is a person that is connected to an abusive ex that is trying to be your friend and trying to get to know you, even though they're still friends with this person, okay? Spirit is telling me right now that this person is a trap. I feel like anything that comes through a negative person in your past, or let's say you have a child with an ex, okay? And, you know, his new or her new boyfriend or girlfriend is trying to get to know you, it's not for good purposes, okay? It's not a good thing, pile number 3. All right, that may only resonate for a few of you, but I just need you guys to be aware of that, okay? If it's someone totally new and fresh who has nothing to do with that situation or situations from your past, then I feel like Spirit is saying it's okay to give someone a chance to get to know you, okay? We have here karmic relationship. Yeah, I've been talking about this karmic relationship this entire reading. It's supposed to be a frenemy reading, but Spirit, you know, takes it wherever it wants to, okay? Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, and letting go, okay? So definitely, like, going back into a trigger, the devil is where, you know, with the Page of Cups and the devil, it's like we're getting invited back into a trigger, which would lower ourselves, okay? Because maybe someone said something about your child, or maybe because somebody, you know, somebody's trying, I do feel there's someone here, pile number 3, that's trying to lower you to their level. And I just want you to be real careful with that, pile number 3, and they may be trying to come off as being sweet and nice when they're not, okay? Or coming off like, oh, sure, you know, or just wanting to, like, I care about you, so I just wanted you to know something, wink, wink, okay? Like, these things are no, all right? And Spirit wanting to talk to you guys about karmic relationships and how those have affected you and maybe your ability to trust in general. Okay, we have resentful. Yeah, resentful is on here twice. Okay, we have resentment and we have resentful. All right, so maybe some of you guys thinking someone accusing you of being resentful because you have high boundaries or you don't want to put up with something, okay? Or trying to guilt you with this Page of Cups and devil, all right? And Spirit is saying no, absolutely not. And I understand if some of you feel resentful because of things you've been through, all right? Resentful, it says, think loving thoughts for the person or yourself that you resent. It's restricting your emotional happiness, okay? Well, you know, I don't think you guys need to think loving thoughts for the person that you resent, because I think you resent them for a reason, but maybe you're guilting yourself into thinking that, okay? And Spirit's like, no, just think loving thoughts for yourself, okay? And don't worry about, you know, whoever else trying to guilt you or trap you, that type of thing. Just stay away from that. We have inconsistent. Think about if your thoughts, actions, and routines are inconsistent. Does it serve you well on a daily basis? Okay. And the Empress is very consistent. The devil is also very consistent too. You know what I mean? Like inconsistent. The devil is very consistent as well about being a bad influence. Okay. The Empress is very consistent though too, in loving herself and thinking good thoughts about herself and developing actions and routines that are about her self-preservation. Okay, pile number 3, and I think that's something that Spirit wants to point out. If you guys have been resentful because someone was very inconsistent with you and lied to you in a karmic relationship and wasn't consistent or true or forthright, Spirit is saying this person is still not consistent. They still would cause an ass load of resentment. You know, they still would within you because they're not consistent. With the Page of Cups, maybe they're like, oh, you know, la la la. And I think that's something you guys have an issue with too, rightfully so, because you guys are consistent. Consistently loving, consistently there, consistently wanting to be open, okay? But then you've dealt with a lot of, you know, shysters, liars, and people who are very inconsistent, okay? So Spirit wanting to talk to you guys about that. We have consciousness. Yeah, I feel like you guys are really becoming conscious of your value and your worth and your boundaries, okay? And that's good. Because whoever comes into your life, pile number 3, they're going to have to meet those standards and boundaries. We have all open their hearts, expect to be hit with Cupid's darts, Valentine's. Wow. Okay, this is coming out under the devil. This devil is saying all will open their heart and be expected to be hit with Cupid's darts, okay? So some of you may really have someone here who's trying to get back into your life through maybe your child, through maybe another friend, etc., or just through their own machinations. And I feel like you guys are very conscious of this and you know about it and you're already aware of it, and I think you'll be ready for it if anything comes towards you. Okay, we have a full moon in Cancer, and some of you could also have Cancer in your chart, but it says here, a personal issue is reaching resolution for you, pile number 3. And once it does, it's gonna open you up to like nice, fun relationships with people who genuinely want to connect, okay? And once this energy is out of there. We have Moon in Gemini and indecision. And this says, should I stay or go? So maybe some of you guys are wondering that about a friendship or wondering that about a romantic relationship, etc. And you've went back and forth with it many times. I feel like you guys are definitely going, okay? And this person may try to get back in your good graces, pile number 3, but you know, I think your feelings here with this full moon in Cancer are becoming more obvious to you, and you're becoming a lot more conscious of what this is actually about for you. And some of you may have been asking yourself, should I stay or should I go? Okay, even though you haven't been happy, even though this person's been a liar or a cheater, or they haven't been consistent with you. And yeah. We have the hummingbird spirit, be here now, okay? And this is card 34, so some of you may be around that age range. And spirit is just saying, be here now, okay? So instead of, I know it's real easy to stay in the past with this full moon in Cancer and think about everything that someone has done to us, especially when we start become conscious of the way that people have tried to manipulate the Empress, okay, pile number 3. But Spirit wants you to know that, you know, be here now with this Empress energy, fully inhabit your life and the comfort and the joy and the pleasure, and let the people in that you want to let in. I think you guys are conscious enough here to make a decision because you've been through hard things in the past. You're conscious enough to make your own decision about whether someone new coming into your life is like shitty people from the past, or if they're actually, you know, approaching you with a good heart, okay? Because the Page of Cups can definitely approach with a good heart. But when you mix the Page of Cups with the Devil, it's a manipulative person, okay? So I think you guys are starting to get really, maybe in the past with this moon in Gemini going back and forth, is this real? Is this not real? Etc. I feel you're becoming very conscious of this, and Spirit saying, be here now and do the routines and actions that serve you on a daily basis, okay? And maybe some of you needing to open up your world to some nice friends, okay? And share your world with some nice friends that are trying to talk to you or get to know you, okay? And maybe some of you kind of became, because you went through this, you have a habit of expecting the worst in people. If this is a brand new friend and they're being nice and you're not really seeing any signs of this person being like people from your past, then, you know, I feel you're in a place right now, pile number 3, where you're healed and conscious enough to, you know, be in the current moment and open up to some new energy in your life, okay? To some nice, new, kind people in your life, all right? With the Devil, we could have Capricorn. We have Cancer energy here. Empress is Venus energy. We could have Libra or Taurus. And water signs with the Page of Cups. We have Moon and Gemini out here too. okay? If you're worried that this person is trying to hover you and hoover you and come back into your life under the guise of friendship, but they're still a jerk or an asshole or a bitch, I'm telling you, they still are. There's nothing different about them, but there is something different about you. I feel pile number 3. So Spirit telling you guys, be here now. All right. Spirit, can you tell me more? If there's someone, like I said, if there's someone new, let's see, if there's someone new in pile number 3's life, like a new friend, not romantic, can pile number 3 trust this person? Can pile number 3 trust this person? Can pile number 3? Queen of Cups, yes. Yes, pile number 3, okay? Yes, I feel you can. And I think you know psychically and intuitively if you can trust someone or not, okay? So if you guys have had your guard up a lot and you haven't been allowing a lot of people in because of shit that happened, I feel like Spirit is saying, if there is a new friend that's popping into your life, you know, take your time. With the Hangman on the bottom of the deck, take your time. You know, no need, even in a friendship, to kind of rush into things. Take your time, get to know the person, chat with them a little bit. I feel their heart's in the right place, okay? If you start seeing, you know, toxic signs from them with the devil energy, then you know, no, okay? We have Cancer here with the Queen of Cups. And with Venus, we could have Venus in Cancer or Venus in Libra or Venus in Taurus. But I feel like you and this person, a new friend that's come into your life that seems really sweet and kind, I feel like this person could actually be sweet and kind, okay, pile number 3? And you're the only pile that got that. All the other piles were not of that same, you know, regard. But I feel like you guys have a reason of why you haven't always been trusting, and maybe with this moon in Gemini, not really able to make up your mind about people, okay? But Spirit is saying, be here now and, you know, be consistent with taking care of yourself, you know, and that's going to be your best defense against people that don't mean you well, okay? But if some of you found like a new friend, yeah, look, there's the Star card. And the Ace of Cups, very, very nice, okay? I mean, is the devil behind the Ace of Cups? Yes, he is. But we already talked about what that devil is. And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups surrounding that devil, where it's like this person trying to get back up in your world or trying to have another chance with you. But with the Star and the Hangman, you guys super healing, dealing with your emotions, becoming conscious of things, letting things go, all of this. All right, pile number 3. So don't stay stuck in the past at all. Keep moving forward, pile number 3. New people are going to be healing for you, I feel. Out with the old and with the new, all right? Let's go ahead and get some initials here for pile number 3 to verify the reading. Spirit, can you give me some initials for pile number 3, please? Big time Cancer energy coming through. Let me know in the comments. We have JK, just kidding, okay? You guys are like, is this person trying to come back into my life? And I'm like, no, pile number 3, fuck these people. They're a joke, you know what I mean? This devil energy. I mean, one of my friends always talks about how if you look at the devil long enough, you start to laugh because he just looks so ridiculous and dumb. You know what I mean? So that's something to remember. We have a W here. We have an E. We are just kidding. Maybe some of the people from your past, that 3 of Swords, talking about like, you know, people who've been insulting to you, been rude to you, been mean to you, and then they're like, we're just kidding, you know, that kind of stuff, like then trying to play all innocent, Page of Cups. No way, pile number 3. You know when people are starting to act that way. All right, you know those signs. You've seen it before. We have week, W-E-E-K, like as in a week from now. So maybe something you guys are gonna notice like within a week from now, or it's been a week, okay, since you heard from someone. But let's see what else here for pile number 3 for initials. Okay. I just heard, you know, that song. It's been 5 weeks since it's been whatever, laughed in my face and told me I was crazy, It's been weeks. Okay, what's that song? It's been 1 week since you, anyway. I think it's by Smash Mouth from the 90s. Anyway, if you know what it is, you can put it in the comments. We have keep, we keep. Okay, so I feel like these people from your past are like, we keep, you know, like we keep our eyes on you, or we want to keep you because you're special with this Empress. Like we want to keep you. And we have weep, W-E-E-P. So something that's been very painful and hard for you, pile number 3. Spirit just acknowledging that and telling you like, it's okay, keep moving on, all right? We have a Z here, we have a Z, and then we have a V, WV, West Virginia, Kev, or the name Kevin coming through here, Jev or JVI coming through, Jevi. We have a Q, we could have our LGBTQ folks in this pile. We have a D, okay, do, D, all right. Interesting. I feel like we could have the name Derek here, Derek, or D-E-K, a name that has D-E-K in it. Wed, wedding, or wed, okay? So some of you could have been married to this person, or you guys talked about a wedding, or someone is trying to talk to you about a wedding of an ex or something. We also have weed, W-E-E-D, so we could have some smokers here that like weed, all right? I also feel like web developers here, WD, all right? So someone here could work in technology or be like a web developer or do something with computers, all right? For some of you, married to a web developer or something, or someone who did computer stuff. All right, let's see what else. Let's see what else here. Let's see what else here. Deep, weeping deeply. All right, some of you really, you know, going through, you know, like this consciousness and waking up. And, you know, sometimes it's very hard to see that, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? It's worth it to get to the other side of it. We have an H here, an H, okay? We have the name Hugh is here, I feel, okay? Heed is here. Heed the warnings, right? Heed the warnings. We have a G, GED, maybe someone here has a GED, or you were married to someone that had their GED, or someone here has that. Interesting. We have an R, red, the color red is here. Red, okay? Yeah. We have a B. Okay, if we had, I feel like if we had a U here, rude would be here, okay? So there's some rude people. You know, you guys have been around in the past. The name Deb or Debbie is here. Deborah or Debbie, okay? Maybe some of you know someone with that name. I also feel like the starting letters for Rebecca are here. I feel like giver, okay? Like this Empress is a giver. And yeah, I also feel like rubber, like wearing a rubber, or someone wearing a rubber is here too. And yeah, GERD, G-E-R-D, maybe someone here has tummy issues or issues with their tummy. We have that Cancer energy coming through. Bed, wed and bed, okay? The word bed is here. GRB, Great Britain. Maybe some people are from the UK watching this video. I also feel like the name river is here. I know some people have that as a name, or the word river could be here. Let's see what else. Perv, P-E-R-V, perv, like someone's a perv or a pervert. Okay, and you guys may know that this person's a perv or a pervert and you find them disgusting. Okay, and especially with children, someone could have been a pervert with children, which of course is extremely ugly. Pile number 3, I'm sorry if some of you were around that energy. That's very, very ugly. And let's see, is there anything else here? And we have an I, ride the river, right? Weeping and riding the river and riding the emotions type of thing. We have give Deb. There's something here about give Deb something. Let's see what else. I feel like dibs is here, like dibs on something. And let's see, anything else? Jig, dancing, having fun, ribs. Maybe someone here is eating ribs or wants to eat ribs. Or something happened to someone's ribs is also what I'm getting here. Let's see. I'm seeing the word edible. So maybe some of you like edibles, because I also saw weed here. I had a weird experience with an edible the other night. You guys don't want to hear about it. We have hire and hired. So maybe some of you have been hired as well by someone to do something, and you're wondering if this person is any good or not. Okay. Give them a chance. All right. We have giver here. Someone's a real giver. And, you know, if it's someone new, I feel like, I'm also seeing Kiwi here, which hello to my New Zealand folks. And, this Queen of Cups is a giver for sure. And so is a Page of Cups when not mixed with the devil. Okay. You know, I feel like we have Virgin or Virginia is here. West Virginia is here. Anything else? I feel like the word king would be here if we had an N. Also, for those of you that are waiting for an N to show up in this reading, I feel like I want to tell you like the N is here because Spirit wants to point that out, okay? Here's petty, P-E-D-I, pedicure. Maybe some of you wanting to get a pedi or something like that. That is what I am seeing here for you. We have, oh my God, die, D-I-E, die, okay? Wow, maybe someone here died or someone from the past that I was speaking about that really hurt you. Maybe that person is dead or no longer here, but nevertheless, you know, the manipulations, etc., especially if something happened when you guys were a child, okay? And we have peeved here, like someone being very peeved about something. All right, pile number 3. All right, Spirit's also showing me DVD, so maybe some of you still like to watch things on DVD, but wide, W-I-D-E, wide is here too. Could be Wade could also be here too. That is what I am getting. Pile number 3, okay? And I hope that reading resonated for you, and I hope that you got some good information from that pile number 3. And, okay, and yeah, I just hope you got some good, I feel like some of you may still be wondering about someone, maybe in a work situation or somewhere where you were hired or with a client or something, and you're wondering, is this person any good or not? Are they a nice person? Are they a bad person? I feel like some of you are still kind of wondering that. And I feel like here with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, like you can give a person a chance, okay? I feel like no matter what, pile number 3, you're going to be boundaried, you're going to believe in yourself, and you're going to be conscious of the energy around you until someone shows you differently, okay? And that's what I'm getting for you, my loves. For those of you that I just added a little like tip jar to my site here on YouTube, and it's in the description box. For those of you that want to buy me a coffee or say hi, you can certainly do that. I also love all your likes and your comments. And if you do enjoy my readings, make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss my readings, okay? It's 222. Look at my clock right now, pile number 3, 222. You can see it right there, okay? It's 222 and you're reading right now, pile number 3. And that's where I'm gonna end it. Spirit wants to remind you to be here now with this hummingbird. Take care, pile number 3, and I hope to see you all again real soon. Take care, my loves.